Playing out of a side stack, isolating a cutter in the lane.
That was Maroney with a big disc up, straight into the end zone. Lovely. I believe that was, I think that was Trong, who possibly, he caught the goal.
So we get another look at it. Maroney lines it up. Lovely lefty backhand.
It's right in front of the player, straight on.
Chodos was there, but beautifully placed Huck had in front. Means he never had a really good look at it. And that's a break for Hoss right out of the gates. 1-0. Brunch lining up again.
For those just tuning in today, we've got Max here and I'm Angie, commentators for the day.
Yep, hello.
Hello, hello all.
We'll be keeping you company for the rest of today, hopefully providing some high quality commentary to go along with the extremely high quality frisbee that we're lucky to have this weekend.
That's right. We're new, so be nice and we'll do our best. Looks like they're ready to go.
For those that haven't realised, Brunch is the same team that has been Clench, Dench, French and Bench in the past. This year mixing up their vowels in the middle of the name.
I am loving their strip this time around. Their light strip has a mix of brunch-related emojis.
Denya now with the disc in the centre of the field, looking to Andy Wood.
Lovely.
Who is sporting a pretty impressive beard.
That is a glorious
Looks
beard.
for Rob Swan up line, instead goes to Denya.
And
Denya hammers to the far sideline, laying out Max Howden.
That was a great grab.
Seemed to get there.
Maybe ground stripped.
Maybe ground stripped. Couldn't quite hang on to it.
All right. Let's see how Juggernaut responds with this chance to score. Lovely. Maybe looking to swing it. Lovely gainer up the field. There are 3 Evans on the team, so lots of Evans to Evans throws. Looking big. Oh, huge.
Lucky Wise.
Lucky Wise, showing us how it's done. Great grab.
Getting horizontal.
Let's hope there's a replay of that. Here we go.
Lucky recently got picked for the Australian Crocs World Games team. And here he is showing us exactly why that happened. Nice handler movement to set up the play.
And there it goes. Huge. Nice.
Great
We're
minds.
in sync.
It was a huge bid by Lachlan Wise. And that's 2-0. 2 breaks in a row straight out of the gates for Hoss. Brunch have had their chances, not quite able to complete them. The pressure of the Hoss defense making them take some difficult options so far. Both actually towards Max Howden, who seems to be their outlet valve at the moment, but he hasn't quite managed to complete them. Howden, the founder of this club. He's also a part-time commentator, and we're doing our best to follow in his great footsteps.
He is indeed a great commentator.
Hopefully we'll get a bit of an interview with him at halftime to have a bit of a chat to us about his shoelaces.
Definitely.
Here we have Sammy Ogden with the disc. Looking back to Chodos and around to Howden. With that distinctive forehand mechanic.
Lovely.
Gets it back. Up line to Forrest.
Oh.
Has White, but chooses not to go for it. Instead swings back to Ogden.
And there's a pick called. Pick called in the stack.
The call coming from the Brunch sideline is set the table and make it happen. Looking to put in the hard work to set up the easy options by the sound of it.
Oh,
and they find Lockie White at the front of the end zone.
Lovely.
A little shimmy and a jink gets him open, showing off those dance moves. And that's 2-1. Brunch get on the board. Get another look at it. Lockie White cuts hard to the open side. Hesitation move. Goes again. Gets the separation he needs for the quick flip to the end zone. And that's
looks like a timeout.
Timeout called.
So timeout called by Brunch.
What do you think the Brunch team will be saying in this huddle here, Angie? What do the captains got for them?
Maybe some brunch-related pep talks. The aforementioned prepping food and serving it, and
Very true. Very true. Any strategic adjustments, do you think, coming out of that first 2 points that weren't successful and then finally punching one in?
might have just been a slow start to the game. Sometimes a team will come out firing and the other team doesn't quite match it, but I think they're going to ramp it up and match Juggernaut in this game.
Absolutely.
They look pretty hyped up. Big cheer.
I think we saw in that third point, Brunch play maybe a little bit more conservative and work a little bit harder to generate some unders and some dump cuts, and it paid off well. So far, our Juggernaut team hasn't been too phased when they've had the disc. Moving it nice and quickly and getting open at will. So we'll see if Brunch can ramp up the defense this point. Looks like Andy Wood will be taking the pull after having a quick chat to his team, telling them what's what.
Looks like Juggernaut's ready to go.
Lucky Wise with his hand in the air, signaling Juggernaut is ready to play. And Wood launches the pull, an inside-out backhand.
Looks like they're setting a bit of a horror. Oh, intercepted by Andy Wood.
Wood gets the immediate run through, interception. And the hammer gets him the bookends.
Wow, great play by Andy Wood. Another block and score.
Great way to lead the team by example there.
Definitely.
Puts the team on his back, says, I'll get the block.
And
I'll
goal.
get the goal.
That's the way you do it. Give your team a good pep talk and then show them how it's done.
And that brings it back to 2-2. Hoss not changing much of their line, just a couple of players. Probably not too tired after that point.
That's right. A few familiar faces like Ashcroft on this line. Hopefully we'll see some cool stuff from them.
Ashcroft and Wise both on the World's Games team that recently got announced and that will be playing in an international test match against Japan.
That's right.
In the middle of May, which has been recently ratified by WFTF and recognised officially. We encourage everyone to head over to the AFTA website for a bit more information on those games. There's one in Melbourne on the 21st of May and one in Sydney on the 19th. They're a pretty rare opportunity to see Australia's best come up against the Japanese, another international powerhouse of ultimate frisbee.
Japan is quite good at frisbee and their style is quite different to ours, so it's always really cool to see different styles clash.
Denya with the pull.
Awesome. Alrighty. Let's get it moving. Wise of the disc. And it's big. It's up. And to Evans, who... Oh, bit of a fumble. Might be a call. Bit of a call. Not quite sure what the call was.
Foul of some description.
Maybe a foul. Looks like a foul called. And it's being sent back.
That's on me.
Contested call.
And that was contested.
Bit of interference from the sideline. Howden walking off in disgust.
All right. Back to thrower. Disc coming back in on 3.
Alex Gann on the mark.
3, 2, 1.
Swings in the middle to Ashcroft. Looking to reset it. Lovely swing to Moroney. Back up the field to the middle. Oh, lovely break. Looking for the big throw, and it's a hammer. Oh, couldn't quite get there for the goal. Brunch back on offense.
A real laser beam with a hammer there from Wise. No float on it at all. No time for the receiver to catch up to it.
He was definitely looking for it though. He was pointing to the fat side.
We get another look at it now. Lucky Wise looking upfield.
Pointing. Yep.
Not seeing a lot of what he wanted and takes the hammer instead.
That's right.
And now we're back live. Brunch. Denya on the
And
sideline.
it's big. It's up. Alex Gann looking
Savage
to...
underneath,
Oh,
but Brendan Ashcroft
Ashcroft
says, I don't
comes
care
down
that
with
I'm
the
only
disc.
5'5". I'm going to sky people anyway.
That's right. And it's big. Looking deep straight away. Oh, huge.
Paul Denya with the bid, but Ash Evans just too quick and too strong.
Great cut from Evans.
Another look at that. Beautiful throw out in front. Denya doing great work to catch up and put pressure on it, but the throw was just too perfectly placed.
He closed that gap real quick. It was definitely in there.
It's been beautiful weather here in Canberra.
It's so sunny right now.
It's just starting to warm up a little bit.
Sun's out, wind's kind of gone.
Absolutely no excuses for anything but the best quality ultimate, and so
That's
far
right.
these teams have been delivering.
Bit of a strat talk on both sides. Whoa, waiting, Max. How long have you been playing frisbee?
Too long.
Too long.
Too long, Angie.
That's a long time.
Hence why I'm over here and not on the other side of the camera. Or the microphone, as the case may be.
Looks like Juggernaut had a bit of a long talk on the line. Let's see if they do something different.
Brunch on offense. Chodos signals he's ready.
All right.
And the big outside in backhand comes in. Fielded by Ogden to Chodos.
Nice. Great
To
movement.
Cam Bennett. And back to Chodos going up line.
Lovely. Great handler movement.
Apologies for their image issues. We'll be fixing that as soon as possible. Chodos has it now. Brunch working it well upfield. Chados really playing that role as a central handler. Getting a lot of disc.
Oh, lovely.
Eventually finds Sam Ogden.
And that's a turnover.
And a smart poach block there.
All right. Juggernaut trying to move this quickly. Trying to look for a reset. That was a pretty high stall count. Up the line. There was a call.
And we're back live now. Apologies for those technical difficulties.
Can't see any hand signals, but it might be a pick upfield.
And it's back in.
Looking to really work that.
Hoss in a vertical stack. Nothing too fancy.
Looking a bit static. Brunch playing great defense. Cutting off those options. Really not wanting them to throw that around. Forcing in turnover.
Yep. Great pressure, eventually making them take a second or third option.
Might have been a travel call there.
And Max Howden gets the block.
Looks like a travel call.
We've got a travel call on the first pass. A bit of the old drag of the back foot.
That's right.
And play will restart.
That's right. There it goes. Really not wanting that huck to come off.
To Ogden, to Bennett.
And it's
Bennett looking at a hand block.
Great hand block from
Andrew Maroney puts
bringing
out
the
the big
goods
left
of a hand
hand.
block. Oh no!
And immediately James Evans
Oh,
with the hammer.
amazing!
Maroney gets bookends. Maroney
Another
says,
fantastic play.
anything you can do, Andy Wood, I can do
do
better.
better.
Huge hand block. Followed by an immediate hammer to the end zone. Ruthless, fearless play by Juggernaut. Get another look at that. Juggernaut are pumped up about that. That's a great play. And that's 4-2 to Melbourne.
Juggernaut has some of their teammates from Hoss Juggernaut here to support them as well, so they're pretty amped up right now.
Mammoth, the team out of Brisbane's warming up next to us by doing burpees. It's an interesting warm-up choice, but whatever works for them.
They're doing the push-up version of the burpee. Might have to figure out find out later if that was an effective warm-up for them.
Word on the grapevine is that it was punishments for the amount of turnovers they got in the last game. That's
Rough.
pretty brutal, mid-tournament punishments.
That's right. And we're back in.
Brunch with the disc. Rob Swan goes to Andy Wood.
Lovely.
Back to Swan. Swing to Howden. Back to Swan. To Denya.
Oh, it's
Immediately
up.
rips a backhand,
Wow.
but it's too far in front
Too
of Max
far.
Howden. A little bit too much juice on that one. Can't quite complete. And Brunch will play defense.
All right, let's see how Juggernaut responds.
They look like they're setting up in a side stack.
Side stack, couple isolated players. Looks like Wise is going to pick up the disc. I think that's Knight was one of the isolated players, and he went for a deep cut. Wow, that was a great cut.
And a great throw.
That was a great play. Couple isolated players. So that was Trong. Apologies.
So we get another look at it. Isolated cutter in the middle, gets the under. Immediately to Knight.
And Trong cutting deep. Great cut, great throw.
Had plenty of space. And that's 5-2. We'll see if Brunch can respond to those quick 3 points from Hoss. The offensive line from Brunch, looking like we've got Forrest, Howden, Chodos, Denya, White, Ogden, and Winchester, I believe. We'll see what they can do. We haven't seen any sign of zone defense yet. Do you think we'll see any this game, Angie?
Maybe. The wind is supposed to pick up. There was a bit of wind at the end of the last game. Although, as we say that now, it's kind of picking up. Just a slight breeze, though. Nothing too harsh. You've got Wise with the pull.
It looks
That's
like
a very
Chodos
nice pull.
setting up underneath it.
Right out the back.
And it's a brick.
It's a brick.
I should say I appreciate Chodos with the correct single hand above the head.
Excellent.
And not the clap that
Not
we
the
often
clap.
see.
The clap used to be a thing.
Indeed.
No longer required. But some old school players still like the clap. So
Here we go. Denya cutting in the lane, gets
Wise
the under.
putting on the pressure.
Hits Chodos up line.
Lovely.
Goes back to Ogden. Immediate swing to Forrest. Winchester. Denya. Moving it quickly here.
Oh,
Huge
great
layout.
bid.
Bid from James Evans. Can't quite get the block though. Forrest now. To Howden. Finds Winchester. Wide
Wow.
open on the fat side of the field.
Great point. Great point.
Brunch show lots of composure under some pretty intense pressure coming from the Hoss defense.
5-3 now to Juggernaut.
And Brunch end Melbourne Juggernaut's 3-point run. Get another look at it here. Winchester just floats off into space, and the Melbourne Juggernaut player caught disc-watching a little bit.
Yep.
And Brunch punish. That's 5-3.
All right. Andy Wood with the pull.
Brunch missing this tournament, one of their other big pullers, Alex Shepherd.
Ah, yes.
Not able to make it down this weekend. Apparently he'll be here tomorrow.
He will be here tomorrow, apparently.
And he's a big pick up for Brunch. Just in time for the final, the Brunch sideline is saying. I love the confidence.
Love it.
Brunch starting out this point in a bit of a transition.
Moroney doing a bit of popping for Juggernaut.
But now they're back into man.
And they're back into man, yep. Oh, and it's a big outside in flick.
Big
Straight
flick from
into
Moroney, but
Brunch's
Andy
hand.
Wood goes upstairs and plucks it like an apple off a tree. Roundtree with it now. Swan in the middle to Savage.
Oh,
To Gan.
outscan. Feel like
Lots of pressure from Ashcroft there. There was a bit of body on body, but
Yep.
no call made.
bit of contact.
Both players willing to say
That's right. They're
comfortable with that level of contact.
used
And
to
Wise
the yeah.
shows off his big toolbox of throws. Gets a sneaky one for the goal.
Yeah, a lot of these players play a bit more of a physical game, so no sweat. Here's the replay.
To Wise. Fakes the scuba. Hits the low release inside backhand for the goal. And that's 6-3. Chodos
All right.
indicating that Brunch is ready.
Awesome. Wise with the pull. And looks like it'll come in. Yep, it's
About
well in.
Front of the end zone. To Ogden.
Huge.
Immediately launches.
End zone eyes.
Bit of a
straight
floater.
up.
Two Hoss players get
Yep.
there, including Simon Smiley, who gets the block.
They don't want any of that. Juggernaut with a chance here to score.
I think that was Mark Wee for Brunch underneath it. Not quite able to get up over the taller Smiley.
So now we've got Moroney walking up to the disc.
Here we see the replay. Ogden with loads of space to wind up that big backhand. But Hoss had more players underneath it.
Better
Smiley
position.
able to make the play.
Yeah. So it looks like Wise on disc with Moroney in the dump space. Straight up the field to Evans. Back to Wise. And looks straight to the end zone, but that disc did not come back in. So the disc will come back in well up the sideline because it didn't quite make it back in.
Brunch setting up in a pretty standard looking vertical stack. Nothing too fancy. With three handlers back.
Dude, this one's going straight through your head.
All right.
Howden with the initial undercut, can't get open. They dump to Chodos. Looking for the break throw. Finds Howden. Shilson jostling
Evans
with a
missing
nice
out on the
snag.
block.
Looking deep. But Bullman, too
Intercepted.
good.
Back to Maroney. Looking upfield. To Wise. Feel like there was a, foul on the throw. Back to Wise. Lovely.
Immediate looking deep.
Maroney's there. Oh, huge! Huge grab from Maroney.
Gets upstairs, big left hand.
Great composure. Back to Wise. Maroney again. Oh, intercepted.
By Chodos. Way to read that dump cut and get there. Brunch looking to move it quickly. A little give go with Howden. And now to Chodos.
Oh.
And Wise.
Bit of a call on that possibly. Maybe a strip.
Looks like an uncontested
That's right.
strip or foul. Stays with Max.
Yep. Violation. So back to thrower.
Back to Howden.
Back to Howden.
Looks upfield. Finds Winchester. To Chodos. Not liking a lot of what he's seeing. Eventually goes back to Howden. Goes upfield to Lockie White in the center of the field. Max Howden.
Lovely.
And that's the goal. Big spike, big celebration from Brunch. They're hyped about that one. And that's 6-4. Brunch back within 2. And Max Howden's calling the timeout. So we get another look at this play. Chodos to Lockie White. Hits Howden on the break side. That just opens up acres of space. Hits the wide open receiver. Too easy.
So a bit of a timeout now. This game has attracted quite a bit of a crowd.
A lot of the other teams on their lunch break choosing to watch this game as they refuel. And so far it's turning out to be a pretty good one. Melbourne leading 6-4, but Brunch putting up a pretty good fight. Plenty of highlight plays thus far, and I'm sure there'll be more to come. Few of the Brunch players sporting avocado socks, which I have to say is pretty great. I'm loving them.
Those are some excellent socks. Juggernaut's ready to go. Brunch getting their plays on the field. Oh, wow, okay.
Cam Bennett does a cartwheel and a backflip
Nice.
just because he can. which is a pretty good reason when you can do a cartwheel and a backflip. I definitely
true.
can't do either of those things. Temperature starting to rise here.
It's pretty warm now.
Both
it's very sunny.
Literally and metaphorically as this game heats up. Hey.
I feel like you can make some more brunch-related jokes or puns, Max.
I would. I'm just not sure if the audience has the appetite for it.
Okay. We'll tune in later to see what our viewers think about that comment.
If you want more brunch-related humour, please comment on the stream.
Absolutely.
Andy Wood with the pull.
All right. Lions on disc. Looking deep. Not quite there, so he throws an overhead to Ashcroft. To Evans. Looking a bit messy. Ashcroft with a reset. And fat side. Lovely.
Dominic Knight catches the goal and then dabs.
That's a excellent goal celebration.
And that's 7-4.
So
Melbourne Juggernaut.
Juggernaut here with the chance to take half. Replay there.
Ashcroft. Lovely backhand to the break side. Finds Knight in space. Brunch on offense. Let's have a bit of a run through of who they've got on the line. Winchester, Ogden, Swan, Howden, Collette, White, and Wee. So far, Brunch have opted for a vertical stack with 3 handlers back. We'll see if they continue that or if they have something special off the pull. And the pull comes up.
Smiley, I think, with a pull.
The wind just picking up as that pull happened. May have had a bit of an effect. It's a bit of a short one. And Swan gets it in the middle. Immediately finds Howden. Dishes to Collette. Goes to White. Goes to Collette in the middle. Swings it to Ogden. It's Howden. Finds White. Great tempo at this point. No player holding it for more than a second or two. And a pick
There was
call.
a pick called a couple throws ago. Goes back one.
To Rob Swan. The man who used to be known for having the best ponytail in Australian Ultimate. And it's back in. He looks to Collette. Finds Mark Wee. Stall count getting high.
It's pretty high.
But there may have been an offensive foul call downfield. The defender saying that Lockie White may have pushed off a little bit. Have a bit of discussion.
It's resolved pretty quickly, which is nice. Looking to reset that. Oh.
Just gets it out as the stall count to Howden.
Oh,
Fakes the
the
hammer.
overhead.
Getting jammed in a
On
lot
the
of space.
line.
Looking for Winchester. Or for Collette.
Collette.
Deep. But it floated out the back. Too much juice. Max may have had one too many bacon and eggs this morning at brunch. And had too much power on that throw. Puts it out the back. Hoss will bring it back up in a horizontal stack.
Got to get up high for that one.
Ogden sees a floaty disc go over the head of
chance.
its intended receiver, and he says, "Thank you, I'll
Chance
take
to
that."
Oh.
Mark Wee goes over the head of Lockie White to Winchester. A little bit of confusion about what's going on, but Howden finds
Howden.
Ogden in the end zone for the goal at 7-5.
Let's watch the replay on that one.
Looked like there may have been a bit of confusion if it was already a goal or if play stopped.
So here's the replay.
Mark Wee with the disc. Goes over the head of Lockie White.
And so it looks like Howden caught the disc in front of his teammate and weren't quite sure if it was in, brings it back, and goal.
And I believe that's correct use of the rules there. A travel is not a stoppage, but
Yep.
instead the player just must simply return, establish a pivot, and continue play.
Excellent. That is, unless there's so much confusion that it sort of ends up as a stoppage.
We have an observer,
We
sorry,
have
a game advisor with us.
advisor.
We'll get his professional opinion. Ashley?
Yeah, look, comment on the travel call when running into the end zone. Commonly confused. When you travel going into the end zone, your momentum carries you into the end zone on a diagonal. You do not go back to where you crossed the end zone line. That is the sideline rule. If you cross the sideline diagonally, you go back to where you crossed it. But for the end zone, you come back directly perpendicular and establish a pivot on the end zone line. So not diagonal, not where you cross the line. Sorry, diagonal, not where you cross the line, just directly back.
To the closest point, I suppose.
Thanks, Ash.
Excellent.
Learn something new every day. I actually didn't know that one, so
I actually knew this one thanks to him, who actually kindly explained that rule.
turns out I've been cheating for the last, you know.
Just stirring up some controversy
years.
as always, Max. Good work.
But look, if it doesn't get called, here's a bit of a philosophical question. If it doesn't get called, is it cheating? Think about it.
And we will think about it.
The answer's probably still yes, but Hoss called a timeout there. Melbourne Juggernaut called a timeout there. And I've had a bit of a discussion, a bit of a chat about what they want to do. Coming into half here, there's an opportunity for Melbourne Juggernaut to take half on this point. And they'll be starting on offense, looking just to punch it in and take half at 8-5. Andy Wood providing a few words of advice to the brunch line before they hustle down on D. They've just generally been playing a hard man-on-man defense throughout this game. Hard match defense, and I imagine they'll be likely to continue.
Juggernaut will be really wanting to take this half, so they'll come out firing. Pull goes up. Straight up the field to Wise. Looking deep to Ashcroft. Ashcroft's looking for it. Not quite there. Maroney signaling for a big throw.
Brunch switching a fair few times there, and a little bit of confusion, leaving a few players open for pretty uncontested unders. allowing Melbourne Juggernaut some easy meters, but they've clamped down now and it's slowing down.
Moroney's through a big outside in into the end zone. Great block.
And Paul Denyer making the big play when Brunch needed it. Gets the block and gives Brunch an opportunity to break. Brunch setting up in their vertical stack. With
Probably some standard man-on-man defense from Juggernaut.
Casella as the dump.
Cool.
Immediately goes to Gann on the around, who goes back to Daniel looking for the give-go move, gets it up line.
Great movement. Looks good.
Back to Daniel doing the same move.
Oh,
Low forehand to
looking
Forrest,
deep.
who shoots.
There's 5 of them near that disc now.
Roundtree, Casella, Savage.
And, oh.
And Savage ends up with it after Roundtree bobbled it to him, I think. A lot of players
Let's
got
look
hands
at
on
the
the disc
replay
there.
on that.
Roundtree will probably claim the assist on that one.
Definitely. It's all about the stats, Max.
Here we get another look at it. Forrest launches the forehand.
Gotta love those huge hucks where you have all these players gathering under it, looking for a bid.
Looks like Roundtree gets the first tip on it, straight into the breadbasket of Savage. He couldn't help but catch it. And that's 7-6.
Great play.
Brunch making a bit of a charge coming into halftime.
Brunch is not going to give up that half that easy, so they'll be looking to break here.
Brunch brings down, or if they stick with their man-on-man defense.
Faking an overhead. Looking for a swing.
Ash Evans
Huge.
rips a backhand to his
To
brother.
Evans. Lovely.
And that's easy. Albie Evans with the goal. And that's half, 8-5.
That's half. So half time, we'll hopefully be able to get Max Howland to come over and have a chat to us.
I'm not sure if you could see it on the stream. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to get the Zoom happening today. We've had some technical difficulties. But all of the Brunch players, as well as a fair few players on other teams floating around this weekend, are sporting rainbow-coloured laces. I don't want to give too much away, so I'll let Max explain it in a couple of minutes.
Doing a bit of a
look forward to that.
leadership chat. So we'll grab him soon. All right, so we've got Max Howden coming over.
Oh, Max Howden, part-time commentator, full-time legend. Max, what is the story with your laces?
Oh, hello in the commentary booth. It's nice to be back. Yes, we're wearing the laces this week as a Pride in Sport, a rainbow round. It's happening across sports. The hashtag is Rainbow Laces if you want to get involved in social media. It's a campaign to recognise the importance of diversity in sport, specifically trying to recognise the importance of making a welcoming community for LGBTI people. I'm gay myself, and Ultimate Frisbee has been an amazing community for me to be involved in. It's really allowed me to be myself, but you recognise that small things can often make people feel excluded, especially when they're not as comfortable with their sexuality. Maybe they're questioning, or they're not really confident. And so it's just about having a really open and welcome environment, and the rainbow laces are a way of displaying that you're an ally, that you're comfortable being around and playing with, and supporting the people who are having maybe a tough time with their own gender identity or just have a different gender identity to you. So yeah, it's just a really nice way of recognizing that important part of our community.
Awesome. Thank you so much. My pleasure. Thank you. Good luck for the rest of the game.
That's a great reminder from Max Haldem.
Definitely.
The Ultimate community does pride itself on being inclusive and welcoming, but there's always more we can do. And as he said, it can sometimes be the little things we don't even think about.
And in the past, some Sydney teams have also used the rainbow laces as MVP prizes. And I remember a few years ago at AUGs, they were given out as MVP prizes for some of the games. And again, just trying to promote a welcoming community.
We'll be back after the halftime break.
I started, it was Dixon is where I think I started first. I started there. I got in a car, we drove through Brunch. I was there like about 26 and a half years.
All right, we've managed to snag another interview with a local Frisbee celebrity.
Excellent.
Patrick Sparks from the Fishwick unit team, the recent Division 2 national champion.
This is the highlight of our day, really, at this point.
Absolutely. Pat, tell us how you went last weekend.
Yeah, it was good. We won the tournament. We beat Chile in the final, which meant we won. That was good. Back to back. Pretty happy with that.
Great work.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm not sure he was well prepared for that interview, but he did request it, so there you have it, folks.
Looks like the two teams are ready to get back into the
All right, let's get back into
the
it.
game. Melbourne Juggernaut currently leading 8-6
Andy Wood with the pull.
and starting the second half on offense.
Wise with his hand up. Alrighty, back into it. Wise again with the disc. Looking for an upfield. Oh, just
Looks like that might have been a foul call
I think
on the
that
throw.
was a foul called.
It'll come back. It's a contested foul.
Okay, So that was a contested foul. Thank you, Max Howden, for the hand signal.
Forrest got some separation to make up on his player. And we're back in.
Wise looking for that reset. And shoots it deep. Oh, bit of contact on that.
Denya, his second big aerial contest that he's looked like he got the best of, but
Bit of a chat there about what happened.
get another look at it. Denya's a pretty big body,
That's right.
and he was coming in.
So the goal stands. They talked it out, and that's a goal.
An uncontested strip call, I guess. And that's 9-6 to
That's
Melbourne
right.
Juggernaut. Brunch on offense now. Looks like we've got Swan, Howden, Shilson Josling, Bennett, Wood, Mark Wee, and Winchester. Except that would be 8 players, which would be against the rules. So Andy
Andy
Wood is
Wood.
walking to the sidelines.
That's right. Juggernaut's ready to pull.
That's a pretty big pull.
Pretty big pull. Let's see if it lands in. Looks like a brick.
Ashley O'Sullivan walking the disc up to the brick mark. The fields are a bit short.
How
so
short?
that may
We're
be
not
a
sure.
reason for that last pull. The word from the sideline is that he may have cooked that pull.
Bit of a zone from Juggernaut now. Trying to change up the tempo a little bit.
Winchester looking to Mark Wee in the end zone.
Oh,
Goes horizontal.
didn't quite get it.
He hadn't cut his fingernails. He might have got there. Very close.
Here's the replay.
Winchester.
Oh, nope.
Well,
not
back
quite.
into live play.
Yep. Over the top. Nick. Yep. Oh, so close. Lots of really lovely quick movement. Oh, looking fat side. Oh, got a hand to it.
Juggernaut shouting easy, easy, easy. Take the pretty high risk option in the end
Yep.
zone. But it's given the crowd what it wants. So no complaints from me.
Bit of a discussion. Probably a foul call.
Yeah, it looked like a fair
Maybe.
bit of contact from Howden.
He did get a hand to the disc, but maybe felt like he couldn't get control because of Howden.
Lots of discussion, lots of reenactment. It looks like
So a retracted foul.
the turnover will stand.
It will.
Ashley O'Sullivan will go fetch the disc and bring it back up. As Melbourne lead Brunch by 2. Setting up in a bit of a zone.
A zone. There was a little bit of wind, but Brunch have shown that they've got the throws to pop it over the top. So might see one now. Nope.
Bennett with
Just
the disc.
working it through.
Back to O'Sullivan. High release backhand over to Swan. Quick give and go to O'Sullivan, but doesn't get it back. Instead
swing.
swings it to Shilson Josling.
Swings it back.
Back to O'Sullivan. Happy to make this cup really work hard.
Ah,
Oh. And eventually the throw reaching for Bennett goes a little wide. And Knight will pick it up.
lovely. Evans with the disc. Lovely swing. Straight back to Maroney. Lovely. End zone eyes. Back to Maroney. Looking to score it. Oh,
Layup bid from Cam Bennett. On the end zone line, making a stand for the Brunch defense.
Juggernaut will be wanting to turn it here if they can.
Back in this zone, Rob Swan on the sideline. Immediate swing. O'Sullivan finds Mark
Maroney's
Wee,
dropping with the disc.
who goes deep
as it
to
goes
Winchester. Maroney's underneath it as
Oh.
well. It's going to really float up there. Plenty of time to set underneath it, but it's out the back.
And it's well out.
Too far. Hoss setting up. Sorry, Melbourne Juggernaut setting up in a horizontal stack.
Knight. Oh, nice. Great cut. Lovely composure for a goal.
And that's 9-6. Melbourne Juggernaut.
I believe that was Jeff Cott with the goal just now.
So Brunch are a few points behind now, but by no means are they getting smashed. Give us a like or a share if you're enjoying the Brunch puns. I'll do my best to keep them coming.
Nice. Brunch is ready. Swaying on Juggernaut. I just
Really?
said brunch is ready, and apparently that's funny. So
Uh-huh.
excellent.
The score is currently 10-6. We're just working on updating the graphics.
Wise if that pool. It's a good-looking pool.
Ogden will receive it and send it to Chodos.
Got playing zone again with Moroney hanging out deep.
Chodos finds Lucky White. Immediately to Collette.
And
Wood
looking to slow it down a
screaming
bit.
for it in the end zone, but no one wants to throw it to him. Eventually, White finds Collette.
That was a call.
Though there may have been a travel call, a pass or two ago, and it'll go back. Some Brunch players getting fired up about other players getting fired up. Plenty of discussion.
I think they're just really excited about brunch, Max.
Fair enough. Who wouldn't be? Lucky White will get it back. Everyone will reset.
Andy Wood's just chilling out at the back of the end zone, or
He's wide open
wide open.
if someone's willing to throw it to him. Looks like it's coming back in now. And White checks it in. Immediately back to Ogden, who goes to Chodos. Goes to Denya, wants it back, gets it back.
Lovely.
Chodos
And
finds Wood,
excellent.
who didn't really move at any point just
He
then.
didn't really.
And that's a goal. 10-7 to Melbourne Juggernaut. So we get another look at it. A nice goal. All right, Angie. What does Brunch have to do here if they want to come back? They're down 3 points.
I feel like I should ask you that so you can make another brunch joke.
Oh, I hadn't really thought about another one yet. I'm not prepared. I think really it's got to be done by the D-line. Obviously, they're going to need at least a couple of breaks to get back in this one. We haven't seen Brunch do anything too interesting on defense. They've preferred to stay with their match defense and just try and really lift the intensity.
Yep, that's right.
And it's
The,
brought them some success so far, but maybe it's time for a switch up. I'd love to
Yeah.
see a zone or something out of them.
A zone could be good right now. The wind is picking up a little bit, and so that might present them with an opportunity. All right, Juggernaut's ready.
Forrest with the pull. A dropped,
dropped pull.
pull. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't see that every day of the week. And Casellas will walk it up to the front of the end zone. Goes to Yuan. Wants it straight back. Doesn't get it.
Quick movement. They're looking for that quick movement, but
Struggling
they're
to get
getting
anything.
a little stuck.
Forrest. Back to Roundtree.
There was a pick called.
Pick call. The front double bicep. Lovely gun show there from a number of players. Helps us know what's going on. Forrest. Swing to Gann. Goes to Chu on the open side. Everyone was
Lovely.
looking break there. Everyone was moving break. Chu says, I'll go open side. And his defender's totally caught off guard and gets an easy goal in the end. And that's a break for Brunch.
That's right. So 10-8.
Some might
To
even call it a
Juggernaut.
brunch break.
So we've got about... Oh, here's a replay.
That's an unfortunate drop of the
Yeah.
pool. It was
And
on the
there's
chest. It was 2 hands.
Replay for the goal.
He did everything right except catch the disc.
All right, we've got about 6.5 minutes of this game left. Let's see if Brunch can bring it back.
All right, it's 10-8. Brunch coming down on defense.
Wise on disc. Looking upfield to Ashcroft. Doesn't quite like that cut. Oh, to Evans. Looking deep. Upfield to Evans. To Wise. Looking end zone. Throws an overhead.
Wise got a lot of impressive
And
throws.
another hammer.
And Ash Evans says, I can do it too, but even bigger.
Nice.
Hammered it to the fat side of the field. Finds his brother. And that's 11-8.
There's a replay.
Little hammer from Lockie.
And a bigger
Wise
one.
from Evans to Evans.
Lovely. We've got 5 minutes left of this game.
And Brunch on offense. They're sending out Ogden, Howden, White, Swan, O'Sullivan, Wee, and Winchester. It's a crucial point to hold here on offense if they want to set themselves up for a comeback in this one. Only got a few minutes before time cap, as Angie said. Still plenty of opportunity for Brunch to get this. They just better hope they don't make a meal of it. Keep that love coming through on in the comment section for those Brunch puns.
Let's see if this pool stays in.
Not quite.
Doesn't quite. It'll be a brick by the looks of it.
And Ogden will leave it for Swan, who will walk it up to the brick mark. Brunch setting up in a horizontal stack with O'Sullivan and Ogden back. Howden and Wee in the center of the horo with Winchester and White on the wings. Let's see if they've got a bit of a set play. Oh, Melbourne Juggernaut collapsing into a zone here. And O'Sullivan immediately goes the big bladey
Lovely.
forehand to the fat side. And Wee hits Winchester in the end zone for a very easy goal. That's a great hold and nice and quick, which will give their D-line plenty of time to get on a roll here. It's a 2-point lead
It's pretty close.
with just over 2 minutes to go. Anything could happen. We should say that the time on the stream is not the official time used for the time cap, but we'll tell you as soon as the horn goes. All right, what kind of defense, Angie? What kind of defense should Brunch play if they want to get this one?
I don't know. I reckon if they stick to man defense but up the intensity, they have a shot at it. Don't know if they really need to change anything up.
Yep, I tend to agree. Brunch have managed to generate a few blocks through their match defense. I guess it's time for them to get another one, see if they can generate another turnover and a break. And Hoss got a pretty standard looking offensive line out there.
That's all right. Brunch really wanting this break. Let's see if they can make it happen. Oh! Great bid.
And he would almost with the layout Callahan on the first throw.
Oh man,
everybody's
so
under
many
this frisbee.
players.
Someone's come down with it. I don't know who it is.
Someone's got the disc. Is it down? Who's got the disc?
Brendan Ashcroft, the smallest man in the pack, somehow gets above every other person on the field pretty much. Takes the grab. Bit of discussion.
Bit of discussion. There were
lots
quite
of
a
contact
few.
there. Big pack grab.
There were
Always
quite a
plenty
few
of contact.
players. Let's see if we get a replay of that.
See if we can get a replay on this one. Would love to have another look. Here it
Here
comes.
we go.
Floats up. Hangs really high. Plenty of time for six players get
We're
underneath.
back live.
And we're back live.
Apologies, we're back live. So the outcome was Ashcroft had possession of that disc in the end.
Oh, and Denya gets his third big aerial block of the game. He's been an absolute turnover machine for his team. I meant it in a good way. But he immediately turfs the throw to Wood. And Hoss get another shot.
Oh, foot block.
Andy Wood,
Andy
foot blocks, Lockie
Wood.
Wise.
Streaming deep. Comes back under.
Denya to Wood. Savage is going deep.
Oh, Wood.
So's Gan.
Oh, wow.
And that's a completion. That's a break.
That is a great point from Brunch.
Andy Wood immediately collapses. I don't know if it's out of exhaustion or
Or out
joy.
of an overload of doing awesome things. Although
Or
he looks a bit in pain.
May have hurt himself.
He may have hurt himself. Here's a replay, folks.
Of that first bid attempt. Almost gets a layout Callahan on the very first pass of that point. Brunch able to apply so much pressure throughout that point and rewarded.
Here's the big throw that got half the field under it, I believe.
You see Ashcroft coming in from behind.
1, 2, 3. There's 6 people in that pack. Everyone goes up. There's a hand on it.
And it's Ashcroft.
And it's Ashcroft.
Just so everyone knows, time cap went during that last one. So it is now game to 12, 11-10 to Melbourne Juggernaut, game to 12.
All right.
So this is it. Melbourne Juggernaut just need to hold this offensive line. Brunch are going to need 2 breaks if they want to win. Do you know what? I reckon they're probably hungry for it. Forrest sets up. He's on the line with Denya, who's been generating a lot of blocks this game. Yuan, Chu, Bennett, Gan, and
right.
Swan.
Looks like pulls up. That might be out the back. That's a brick.
Denya hanging off the back of the stack. Probably looking to help deep. He's been a monster in the air all game. He's got a couple of blocks going up big.
They'll probably be looking to punch this in safely to make sure of it. To Ashcroft. Looking big.
And Ashcroft
Lovely.
finds Evans in the end
That's
zone.
a great throw.
with a beautiful backhand. Buttery backhand. That's game.
That's
12-10
game.
to Melbourne Juggernaut. That one went down to the wire. But Brunch didn't quite have the stomach to get the last couple.
All right,
of
I think
breaks
that's
they
your
needed.
last one, Max. Good job of them. I approve.
We get another look at that. Forrest, it only took half a moment of hesitation for Evans to get the separation he needed. And Ashcroft delivers a beautiful backhand out into space. And it's a goal.
Awesome. Next up, we get to watch our first women's game. So tune back in soon, guys.
As we see Bauhaus against Rogue Rage. We'll be back soon. I'll start saving up some puns.